Hello there and welcome to another Ninjago Summer 2020 set review. This time, as you can see, we are doing the Skull Sorcerer's Dragon, which includes 6 minifigures, and you can see the game experience there, and all of that on the front of the box. And then, as we turn this around, there we can see the back of the box with everything that is included. So let's start by taking a look at the minifigures. And we're going to start with the main attraction himself here. This is the Skull Sorcerer. Of course, this is the cheapest way to get him, but still a pretty expensive set, so yeah. The only weapon or accessory that he has is this green skull here, which is going to be very interesting to see what that's all about. It does look like it's either possessed by a ghost or is some kind of ghostly skull, but there is definitely going to be something interesting with that, I already know. You can see all of his torso print and the print on the dress piece. You can see this new headpiece, which is all one mould. Which looks like that nice mask there, and he's got the bat wings from Chima on the back. Taking that off, you can see his face does kind of resemble Klaus quite a bit, but I guess we're going to have to see how that goes. And you can put this on the back, so you can have the hat on without the bit in front of the face, but it does kind of catch on this bit at the back a little bit. But you can have that because this is all one piece. And then moving around to the back, there is no print on the back of the dress, and then taking off that, you can see no double-sided head because of course this has no back, and then you can see all of his back detailing, which is pretty cool. So that is the Skull Sorcerer. Next up, we have got 2 of the Awakened Warriors. These are exactly the same, and you get 2 in this set and 1 in the Skull Sorcerer's dungeon, so there is nothing exclusive about these. So we'll just take a look at one of them here. As you can see, it's got the Skulkin torso piece in black, no belt printed on, and the black legs, which aren't the booted Skulkin ones, sadly, they're just the normal ones. And they all come with 1 silver sword. You can see they've got the helmet of King of the Underworld helmet, just with a black bone instead, and all of them have that. Fits on the brand new Skulkin headpiece, which is very nice, especially with this print on it. And yeah, you can see the back print, and it does also use the new Legacy Stone Armor shoulder pads. So yeah, we get 2 of those, very nice. You can't really build an army with them because just of how they're laid out in the sets, but they are still nice to get, and it's going to be interesting to see what their role is in the new season. Next up here, we've got the first of our 3 ninja. This is Kai. The only other way to get him is in the mech, but there you can see his torso print. Not a big fan of the way they've just reused the Legacy, the Season 11 legs, but the golden dragon print on the torso does look very nice. Comes with this custom built sword, which just uses that old machete piece, and he's got this shield in gold there, which is very cool. And he's got the golden arms, of course, and the new armor piece. You can see the face is sadly the same from the movie. They haven't updated these in over 3 years now, which they are really overdue an update for the kind of generic ones that they use, since we have got a few updates in special sets but nothing permanent. And then you can see his back detailing, which does look very nice with these straps for the golden dragon armor plate on the front. You can see his second face there, and then that clip you can put a sword or a shield on it. So yeah, that is Kai. Next up we have got Jay, and again nothing new here. He does come in some other sets. You can see he does come with this flail with the mace on it, which is very nice. And you've got the silver dragon armor shield piece there, golden clip on the back, which does kind of stand out from the silver. And you can see the torso print and the leg print, which is the same as the Season 11 legs, sadly. And of course Jay's design is basically just his Season 11 suit with some armor plotted on. And there you can see his face, which again, same as Kai, hasn't been updated in 3 years now, so that is long overdue, I think, just to make them more accurate to the show at least. And then there you can see the back print. So yeah, that is Jay, and of course the new armor headpiece. And the final minifigure here is Nia, definitely the best of the ninja that we get in this set. She does come with this spear. Again, she's not exclusive, don't think any of the ninja are exclusive. And then there you can see the shield piece, which is very nice, same as Jay's. Again, the torso and leg print is actually new, and it isn't just her Season 11 suit with some armor printed on, so it does look very nice. And there you can see her face print, again, hasn't been updated in 3 years, her armor headpiece, and we take all this off. There we can see her back detailing, which looks very nice. Definitely getting some Viking vibes from that. and then there you can see her second face again. So yeah, that is it for all of the minifigures. Now let's get on to the smaller builds. The first small builds we get are two of these little kind of character station pieces with all the health bars stuff on. So you can just stand a character there. You've got this crate to, I assume, collect weapons as you go around the place. And also has the hearts on here, so you can lose lives or gain lives. And there are some other hearts kind of scattered around the place to collect. And yeah, these are both exactly the same, so you've got enough to play with two characters there. And yeah, that's basically all there is to them. They do come in all of the board game sets, but this one does have two of them. So yeah. And next up, what we have here is two of these terrain pieces, which again are very nice. I'm really glad that we are getting more of these terrain style stuff. So there are two of them. We'll take a look at this one first. As you can see, it has got that skull on there, and this middle platform you can turn, so you can put a figure on there, and you can turn them around. So that's going to work. There you go. It does kind of get stuck sometimes. You can turn them around to change where they're going, like so. Kind of a nice little transportation across the lava, but also works well for the board game. And of course, the orange plates there with all the trans orange on it to simulate the lava. Just like with the journey to the skull dungeons, there is this little bit where you can kind of change the direction of things. We've got a lot of these green arrows and the skulls to kind of represent danger. And kind of the goal of this section, I'd assume, it's just broke off there, I would assume is that if you're coming over here, it's because you're low on health, and the idea is that you are trying to get this golden little heart. So you can take that off once you've collected that, I assume, and then you can put it onto your little board game thing. And yeah, and there is also a crystal, which I'd assume you can kind of also collect for the board game as well. And this is the part that goes directly into the skull dungeons. As you can see, it has started with this little bit here. And yeah, we've got more clips here, so you can kind of rearrange stuff. So there are 3 clips on this other one that you can just stick things into, so you can rearrange this however you like. And that brings me to this next one. As you can see, this is basically just a platform for the sword. Very nice sword piece there. You can see it's got the skull on it at the end with a very nice detail, and it is a white sword there with black in it. I'm not sure if the writing on that says anything, but yeah. And that just goes in there like so. There is a cross on that piece there, and there is a little skull there, so I'm assuming this is going to be very hard to obtain if you're playing the game. And you can see that is on a very nice lava podium. You can see I've probably knocked it over a few times now, but there is this statue here, and what you do is you just push that down and it will fall down. I'm not sure what the goal of that is, but yeah. And you can see this statue here is all grey, and it's got the armour plate on there, some shields, and an axe, and the dress piece. So this could be some woman who unfortunately got turned to stone while trying to go through the dungeons, or it is just literally a statue of someone. And there is a little spider down here with all 8 of his eyes. And there are some green flames dotted about the place as well. And also you can see more of those clips there to clip this onto things, and there's another one there. So yeah, you can arrange these however you want, and I think that is a very nice addition. So as you can see, you can kind of have it like that, and the plus side of that one is you can bend this whole thing around and you can get a lot out of these, and I'm really glad that they are doing more of these terrain style stuff. So yeah, that is it for all of the terrain in the set. And as for the main attraction to the set, here we have it. Here is the Skull Sorcerer's Dragon. And as you can see, this thing is very, very big. The wingspan is incredible. And you've probably seen on my Instagram post, I did compare this with the Morrow Dragon, which was my previous favourite Ninjago dragon. But that has now been dethroned by this, because this thing is incredible. You can see they've got the rib cage there, which looks very nice, and all the mouth features and everything. And you can see there's kind of a grey and white colour scheme with all the grey on the top. That could be armour, I guess, or some kind of rotting bones or something. But yeah, as you can see, this thing is very big, and the wingspan again is even bigger. Now, with the wings, you can bring them down a bit. They're kind of, as you can see, they're in this nice fabric style, which is basically it can't fold. It's very flimsy like so, and I really do like it. So there's a lot of articulation you can get from the wings. You can flap them forwards and stuff. You can't really bring them down, and I do wish they had a feature kind of like with the firstborn to kind of close up the wings. So as you can see, they are kind of stuck like that. But I suppose it does make sense for a bone dragon that the muscles kind of would be deteriorated and they wouldn't be able to do that. But yeah, you can see you can get a lot of articulation out of these, and they are on friction joints, as you can see. It's kind of stop them falling down, and yeah, both of them, you get a lot of articulation there, and you can kind of get some really nice poses, and you can kind of bring them down and in like so, but you do have to kind of have the backs of the wings facing up, which isn't too big of a problem, kind of adds to the bony effect. But yeah, so you can have the wings kind of closed up like so, and then you can swing them out again to fly off. So yeah, I do like that. Obviously it's nice that you can get some form of closure with them, so you can kind of sit the dragon like this if you don't want it to be flying. But yeah, now that the wings are out of the way, let's start with the feet. As you can see at the front, we've got two very big feet. They've produced a lot of different pieces to kind of simulate the bones. We've got these for toes, we've got a battle droid torso in white there, lots of detail on there, another little claw at the back, and that is on a ball joint, so there's a lot of articulation there. You can see the green at the bottom there, and of course both feet are the same on both sides. Moving up, we have this little joint here which does have an elbow, which is very nice, so you can swing that forwards and backwards as far as you like, and you can get a very nice flying pose there. So yeah, that's nice, and you can get it all the way down like so, and both of those are the same on each side. And yeah, some details at the front there. And then the shoulder cannot move, unfortunately. It is kind of stuck in place, but I guess it does make up, they have made up for that fact with the elbow articulation there and a lot of articulation in the foot there. So yeah, it's not too big of a deal. You can still get a lot of poses out of it without the shoulder articulation. But yeah, as you can see, that is sturdy in place there. And again, the front legs are both the same. Onto the head, as you can see, this is a very big head, very brick built. I do like it. You can see you can open it up like so and get a nice roar there. Lots of green on this, that could be simulating magic, I suppose. So yeah, there you can see that. Lots of these bits, you kind of got eyebrows there, so you can get a shocked look, or you can bring them down and get a very angry look. And it has got these bits at the top there. I'm not sure if they're meant to be kind of horns or something. But yeah, there's a lot of things hanging off of this that can be bent around to get different positions there. And yeah, there's a nice front angle of the head. So again, with all these things that you can kind of bend about like so. And then the neck is on a friction joint, as you can see, so the head isn't going to collapse down, but you can bring it all the way down, which is very nice. And yeah, you can bring that in a lot of different ways, up and down. So yeah, even though the neck kind of is limited there for going up, the head can go even further. So yeah, that's very nice. As you can see, there is a rib cage, and inside there is a green boulder. Now, there is a feature with that I'll show later, but you can clip the boulder in place to make sure that it doesn't fall out when you're kind of carrying this around. But I'm just going to pull that off for now until we get onto the feature. So you can see it's just hanging in the rib cage, like so. Moving up, we've got these little launchers on the shoulders of the dragon, and what you can do with those is simply just fire them off. That didn't work. You can just fire them off by pushing this in, and you can put 3 discs in each side, like so. That is where you sit the Skull Sorcerer, and then you can see there are the flags behind him with the Skull Sorcerer's symbol on. So that is pretty cool as well. And again, as you can see, the wings there, I'm going to move these out of the way so we can see the rest of the body. We've got some weapons on the back there, the gunmetal size, and yeah, coming down the body, you can see there's a lot of green and grey detailing there, and these bits of the rib cage would kind of fold in, and you can fold them out, but they do look best when they are in like so. Then coming all the way down, we do have this tail here, which you can move about, and on the end of that there is a little sword, So I guess that can be a very dangerous tail, and you can swing that about just like so. A lot of dragons do have it. And there you can see the back legs, not as big as the front legs, but you can see that there is a ball joint here for the foot. And again, these are the same on both sides. It's got the same claws from the front there. And then these ones are on ratchet joints, so you can move them like so. And they are built in a way that kind of resembles a knee, like so. So it's not too bad there either. So yeah, the back legs are pretty small, but it does kind of make the whole thing stand upright towards the front. And of course, the main feature with this is to do with the boulder. Now what you can do is here, you've got this bit, and as you can see as I'm pushing it down, the ribcage is kind of opening up. So I'm going to move this around to the front, and what you can do is you push that down and the ribcage will just open up like so and drop out this green boulder. I think that is a very interesting recolor. I'm not sure if that's ever been in a set before, but the idea is you can kind of drop this from afar, and then as it falls down it will smash on the bottom, and inside there we've got 2 spiders and some black bones. So very nasty stuff inside there. I'm not sure if this is kind of the heart of the dragon and that the thing just has a load of spiders inside it, but you can see in the back there are those 2 studs, and that is where you can clip the boulder if you don't want it to fall out. So yeah, there you can see as you push down on the ribcage, now the boulder doesn't fall out, but when you take it off, it falls. So that is a very nice feature, and we'll just put that back on there. So of course you can see the ribcage, it does open up, and I do like that quite a lot. That is an interesting feature, and it is pretty cool to finally get a skeleton dragon with its own ribcage there. So yeah, there's a kind of view of that from the back. So yeah, that's basically all there is to the Skull Sorcerer's dragon, and I'll just move the wings back down here to kind of put the body back together, kind of have it in a resting position. So yeah, that's really all there is to this dragon, and now I guess we can get on to looking at the board game feature and the ratings of the set. And here is the little board game thing that you get. So you can see there's one of the panels there, and you can fold this whole thing out, and it is double-sided. And you can see on one side just the expand the game advertisement, and on the other here we've got the kind of rules on how you play the game, like so. And on the back here we have got the actual game, the game board. You can see all the places where you can put the 4 different bits of the sets. So you can see that top corner there is where you put the actual main dungeon set, and this is where you put the journey to the dungeons, I believe, and then the skull dragon and the Mino creature. So yeah, that is it for the board game. Now we can go on to the ratings for the set. And so now on to the ratings. I'm not going to bother showing the instructions since there are no advertisements in that. That's all on the little board game sheet that I just showed. So yeah, overall, this set I would definitely recommend it. As I said earlier, this is definitely my favourite Ninjago dragon to date. It has overtaken the Moro dragon. You can kind of see there just the enormity of the wingspan, as you can see there. And again, like I said, the little pieces that you get for the board game are a very nice addition. There is actually quite a lot of terrain in this, which I'm surprised by how big it is. And again, you get 3 of the 6 ninja, of course, some great minifigures including the main villain. And yeah, overall a fantastic dragon build with the very nice wings there. And of course, as I said, it's very nice to get a skeleton dragon, especially one with a ribcage that you can open up like so. So yeah, overall I would definitely recommend this set, and please stay tuned because there is of course at least one more review coming on Thursday, and then hopefully more when I get the other Spinjitzu bursts. So yeah, that's all I have to say for this video, so please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you then.